Hi, and welcome to the November edition of Superintendent's Corner. I'm Dan Raver for Boardman Schools Television Network. I'm joined today by Boardman Schools Superintendent, Mr. Tim Saxton. Welcome, Mr. Saxton.
Glad to be here.
We're glad to have you. All right, so moving on to just some material. The levy renewal. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, first of all, for the people that are watching, I want to say a big thank you to the Boardman community. This was not just a renewal, as we talked about before. It was, I want to say like a renewal plus, because we were able to do that combined renewal, which meant that we took two previous renewals, put them together into one package. It did not change anybody's tax rate, so it wasn't new taxes, but it allowed us not to have one levy on every 3 years, the other one on every 5 years. Put it into one package and extend the renewal time frame to 10 years. With a roughly 60% passage rate, which is in line with our previous renewals. Means that the Boardman community understood what we were doing and supports that idea. So just again, from all the Boardman school employees, a big thank you, because that's important to us. It allows us to continue the excellence that we have going on in Boardman schools. That's
great to see such approval of the levy. Also, could you tell us a little bit about the OSBA Capital Conference programs?
Yeah, another, gotta be careful with pride, but another source of pride for the Boardman schools. Every fall, all the superintendents and all the board members from across the state get together for some professional development down in Columbus. It's called Capital Conference. It's sponsored by OSBA, which is the Ohio School Boards Association. Ever since I've been involved in central office administration, the Boardman schools have at least presented in one session about various topics throughout the years. This year was something very unique. I don't know if we'll ever match this again. Boardman had 3 presentations. I don't know if there's another school district in the state of Ohio that was involved in 3 presentations. So we talked about the EWS, which is the early warning system, which we've talked about before on this show. We talked about the whole stadium project and how that was done with private money. And we talked about, Mrs. Fernback and Ms. Spot spoke about the emerging leaders that grew out of Yes Fest that we do here at the high school. So 3 unique concepts, but 3 great programs. So the Boardman schools were very well represented across the state of Ohio in front of other school board members and other superintendents.
That's showing that we're doing a great job all around too.
Yeah, just having some good programs, some new cutting edge programs that just good information for school districts.
Yeah, hopefully other schools take that into consideration too.
Yeah, a lot of positive feedback from it.
Okay, could you also tell us about the K-6 Everyday Math program?
Yeah, it's I gotta give credit to Mr. Cardillo and our math teachers across the district, especially in the K-6 realm. In the past, we've had different textbooks. Standards have changed. Some hot buzzwords across the nation's Common Core. In Ohio, we have the Ohio Learning Standards. And our teachers teach the Ohio Learning Standards, but maybe they use different materials. And it's very hard to find one really good resource to teach those learning standards. And what we were doing over time is we were pulling from different resources in all the different elementary buildings. What we did is we got a team of teachers together from the different grade levels in K-6. We looked at all the different whole math instruction packages out there and chose the one we thought was a best fit for Boardman. We visited schools that were implementing these different packages, and the team decided on this everyday mathematics, and we've implemented it K-6. So the instructional materials being used in our 4 elementaries and our intermediate school are consistent. They always taught the standards, which is what we're supposed to do. But now we're all using the same materials. And what's exciting about this, we listen to parents. Parents are saying, we don't have a textbook. It's hard for me to help my kid. So there's a great parent component. There's an online component. There's a component, I know this might sound a little strange, but there's a game component. Everyone's like, games, that sounds like fun. But let me tell you, math can be fun. The games bring in mathematical concepts, but in a more relaxed atmosphere, a challenging atmosphere. And there's nothing wrong to have a little bit of an entertainment aspect in any part of education. And to help reinforce and to communicate this, we've had these parent nights for math nights, for lack of a better term. We've had one at Robinwood, and we've had one at Center Middle School. The next one will be coming up at Market Street. Each elementary will be doing one for parents to come hear more about this, see what this really means, and see how they can get involved.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, helping people early on, or students early on, will just, contribute to the EWS and help us get everyone to the great standards of excellence.
And one of the themes this year is realignment and consistency across the district. So the 4 elementaries are all teaching kids use the same materials when they feed into the intermediate school at grade 5. It's a level playing field.
Okay. Could you also tell us the date that will be happening?
The upcoming Market Street night will be on January 12th. It'll be 6 p.m.
Okay, so very soon.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the art segment. Will you tell us a little bit about the play that just happened?
Yes, a lot of exciting things happening in the realm of arts. I know we always talk about the 3 A's. We had a little bit of academics here, so let's go to arts. But West Side Story, just all kinds of great connections. I don't know if anybody watching went to see it, so I'm preaching to the choir, or I'm preaching to the cast, I don't know. Just tremendous, just to see just the range and the width, the depth of the participants, their talent was just so impressive. The choreography, just a big shout out to Mr. Opritza and what he's done with the program. We obviously have one of the finest performing arts centers, but what people don't realize is we have some of the finest performers in the Performing Arts Center. And it's just amazing these are high school kids and what they can do. So we had what actually was four performances of West Side Story. Nice connection to Janine Hodge. This was actually the first musical that she had put on. She was a former drama director, former math teacher of mine, who passed away. And they were honoring her and developing a scholarship in her name. Longtime Boardman educator, so it was a nice connection. They did a nice, just a nice recognition and tribute to her. And then some of the proceeds will go to a scholarship in her name. So just great to see the kids perform well, great connection to a long-time respected, tremendous educator, but really it's just a real feather in the cap of the Boardman community if you come out and see something like this.
Yeah, that's really great that they could put on a play like this, especially for Janine Hodge.
Absolutely.
Okay, moving on to athletics. All the excellence that we've had in that with fall sports.
Absolutely. I mean, it is the pinnacle of any high school athlete is to make it to state competition and eventually try to be a state champion. And I know we talked about on an earlier session about success of our golf team. But they did go down to state competition. They placed 6th. Now last year they were 7th. This year they were 6th. They're all coming back. We're all juniors, one sophomore. I know their goal is to come back with that championship trophy. So looking forward to good things. But I just want to say a special congratulations to our golf team and obviously the coaches, parents who support them and pay for lessons and drive them all over the place and just make sure that they're supported. We got a great golf program in the boys golf and the girls. Jacinta Pacunas went down. She's a 4-time state qualifier. Last year she was runner-up. I know she in the state, so number 2 in the state. I know she really wanted to beat that. It was just a tough day. We had some bad weather down there, so the half the tournament got canceled. So it was a shortened tournament that impacted some of our golfers. But Jacinta's going on to the University of Akron for a full ride, so she will continue her golf career. She'll be a Zip, but she'll always be a Spartan at heart.
Always.
So,
yeah. Good luck to all the golfers for next year.
And on the cross country end, Chris Butler qualified for state and went down state competition a couple weeks ago and finished 30th. So yeah, Boardman was well represented in the different fall sports down at the state level. Yeah.
Okay. Also, winter sports are coming up now.
Yeah, it's amazing how fast time goes. It seems like we were just talking about the beginning of fall sports. Now we're talking about the beginning of winter sports. Winter sports kicks off right after Thanksgiving here. But the one thing I want to bring up, we have something very unique happening. I got to give credit to, we have an outstanding athletic director who likes to think outside the box and is just an excellent leader. Denise Gorski, working alongside with the Howland AD, has done something that I don't ever remember us doing before, maybe a one-time deal, but we're going to have a very unique doubleheader here. On December 23rd, most people will probably be getting ready for the holidays, but not our athletes. On December 23rd, we're going to go to Howland. And normally you have a JV varsity doubleheader where boys play JV and then the varsity plays, or the girls play JV and then the varsity plays. But here we're going to do both combined. We're going to have 4 games that day. We've never done that before. So we're going to have girls JV game, boys JV game, girls varsity, boys varsity. So one-shot deal, get to see the Spartans take on the Tigers, some great AAC competition. And then we're going to come back later after the holidays, and I don't know the date off the top of my head, but in January, do the same thing here at Boardman with Howland. Again, maybe we can talk about that in a later session, but for one night has some exciting basketball with the Spartans taking on the Howland Tigers.
That's going to be a great night.
Yeah, it's very unique. I think that's great. It's going to be exciting for our boys and our girls.
Yeah, we also have bowling and swimming coming up too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just another
bowling, swimming, wrestling.
Indoor track.
Yep. So I'm sure we'll be talking about successes as the season goes on.
Yeah, good luck to all of our Spartans for those, competing in the winter season.
Absolutely.
Okay, I think that's about it for today.
Yeah, just just to our watchers, I would want to say happy holidays, Thanksgiving special time. I also want to mention Thursday morning, when the smell of stuffing and turkey is going throughout the house, turn on your TV, because the Boardman Band will be marching in Chicago at the McDonald's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I think it's a great tradition to smell some turkey, watch those parades, but especially see the Boardman Spartan Marching Band, which is one of the best.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us today, Mr. Saxton. I'm Dan River for BSTN. A special shout out to all the staff and students involved in the West Side Story musical. Great job, everyone. Tune in next month, and remember, we transform lives through academics, athletics, and the arts.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the Boardman Board of Education School Board Report. I'm Matthew Welton for Boardman Schools Television Network. In this segment, Ms. Victoria Davis, President of the Board of Education, joins us to highlight the November Board of Education meeting. Welcome, Mrs. Davis.
Thank you, Matthew. It's great to be here.
The November 2016 regular board meeting took place at Robinwood Lane Elementary School.
Yes, it did.
Ms. Davis called the meeting to order. Were all board members present?
Yes, they were.
Did any community members address the school board, Ms. Davis?
They did not. That's 2 meetings in a row. We didn't have anybody come visit us.
We'd like to recognize the following. Boardman High School Boys and Girls Golf. Junior Robert Jonda, state qualifier, state meet 6th place, 2016. Junior Brian Corduple, state qualifier, state meet 6th place 2016. Cade Krepp, state qualifier, state meet 6th place 2016. Junior Brian Terleski, second team All-State 2016. State qualifier, state meet 6th place 2016. Sophomore Cole Chrisman, state qualifier, state meet 6th place 2016. Senior Jacinta Pacunis, state qualifier, second team All-Ohio 2013, state runner-up 2015, state meet 15th place 2016.
Incredible, incredible. We are a very lucky school system.
Boardman High School cross country, senior Chris Butler, state qualifier, state meet 30th place 2016.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to them all.
West Boulevard Elementary, Audrey Lorenzi, Maya Radarwiz, Ethan Daktko, Catherine Lorenzi, Cash for Cans October, Samantha Banco, Olivia Cuevas, Braden McCullen, Caden Bryant, Ashton Hoover, Cash for Cans November. The students are winners for the Cash for Cans drive sponsored by Mahoning County Green Team. Ms. Davis, you went over the consent agenda. Would you highlight what was discussed?
We just had a few items. We approved our minutes for our November 21st meeting, and then we had a workshop that was about 6 hours that were several of us that sat on a Saturday in Mr. Saxon's office, so we approved those minutes, and that was about it.
I see we have an administrative support staff retirement.
Yes, unfortunately, Kim Yaman is leaving us after a well-deserved run with the Boardman Schools. So we wish her well on her retirement, and she's going to be missed dearly.
And we also have a couple certificated staff retirements.
Yep, just a couple. Susan McConnell is going to leave us. She's a 3rd grade teacher at Robinwood Elementary School. And we had Susan Guritz, who is a resource room teacher at Robinwood. So unfortunately, they're leaving us, but again, we wish them well, and we really are going to miss them.
I see we have a certificated leave of absence.
Yes, Stephanie Raz, she's over at Robinwood Elementary. She is taking a parental leave. So as her family expands, we wish her well, and we can't wait till she comes back. So I'm not sure what's going on at Robinwood, but Mr. Robinson's got some changes to make.
Please share with our viewers the new administrative appointment, Ms. Davis.
We are excited to have Sandra Huddleston. She's going to be the assistant treasurer, and she is taking Kimberly Yaman's place. So Mrs. Huddleston's been with us for a little while, but we are glad that we're going to promote her into that position. She definitely deserves it. So.
Ms. Davis, I see we have some on-staff supplemental appointments?
We do. We have several, and this is the time of year we hire some mentors. We hire some advisors. We are hiring our academic team advisors over for the robotics team over at Glenwood. So it's a lot of extra things our staff does for our kids, and we very much appreciate that.
We also have a few off-staff supplementals. Would you share those with our viewers, please?
Thank you. We do. We have 4. We have Anthony Amendola, who's going to be our Glenwood Junior High 8th grade boys basketball coach for the Maroon team. Tyler Amendola, who you remember probably came from the football team, he's going to move over to Glenwood, and he's going to coach the 8th grade boys basketball white team. Devon Fletcher is going to be the assistant wrestling coach now. And Krista Johnson, you remember her from volleyball, she's coming over and she's going to be the 8th grade girls basketball coach. So we enjoy looking at watching them and seeing what they can do at our new Glenwood teams.
I see we've approved a list of certificated and classified substitutes as in customary early in the school year.
We did, and it's just a standard procedure. We're always looking for substitutes, so anybody that always wants to come out and help us out, we would love to have you.
Let's go to treasurer's business with school treasurer Mr. Greg Slemons.
Okay, Mr. Slemons only had one item on the agenda this time, and it was for the October monthly financials. And he was happy to say that we are at 33% of the budget, whereas it's exactly where we're supposed to be for this time of year. So we're doing good.
Miss Davis, I see we've had a donation.
It was for the Glenwood Junior High School. It was $735.59 for the Boardman Rotary, and it's going to go towards their Hope Club. So we very much appreciate and thank them for that donation.
Let's go to the superintendent's business by Mr. Tim Saxton.
Mr. Saxton had a few items up on his agenda. One is we are entering into a lease agreement with RICO. Basically, we had taken all our copiers out of the school system, went with this company. They're actually giving us more equipment, and it's going to save us about $1,000 a month. So almost $15,000 for the year. So we're being good stewards of our money. We are going to a OSBA school bus purchase contract. What we usually do is we have a state op purchase price for the buses, but we need to purchase buses now, and that price is only good at the end of June. So we're basically going to go to a bid process and try to get some more buses. We purchase them now, then they'll be ready for the beginning of the school year. His third item was a routing efficiency study. We're going to bring a gentleman in from the state that's going to go over all of the timing of our buses, the start of the school day, the routes, the amount of students that are on the buses, and we're going to make sure that we're working in the most efficient way possible.
Here are some up-and-coming events to place in your calendars. November 30th, 5th through 8th grade orchestra concert at 7 p.m. in the Boardman Performing Arts Center. December 7th, BHS Winter Choral Concert, 7 p.m. in the BPAC. December 14th, BHS Winter Orchestra Concert at 7 p.m. in the BPAC. December 15th, BHS Holiday Jazz Concert at 7 p.m. in the BPAC. December 20th, Glenwood Junior High Winter Choral Concert at 7 p.m.
Very good. I know it's a lot of events going on, a lot of wonderful entertainment. If you have any questions regarding any of these events, please see the school website. There's a calendar that you can click on, and then you can go to whatever you are interested in.
Ms. Davis, what reports were discussed during the school board meeting?
Ms. Poma did a short report. She's our legislative liaison, so she lets us know what's going on Capitol Hill. And basically, there's just a couple of bills that are trying to get passed through Congress. One's on truancy and one is on first warning. And basically what she said is we as the Boardman schools are well above, and we go above and beyond. We're out in front of the curve on these two bills. So what they're trying to pass, we're already doing. So that was good news for us.
Were there any final comments, Ms. Davis?
I have a few, because I always do. We wished board member John Landers a happy birthday, so we sang to him. I invited the board members to walk with me tonight during conferences to meet our parents and talk to our teachers. We have an all Boardman class reunion Friday after Thanksgiving. It's at the Avion, and luckily our former alumni Bill Bieber is opening up his doors and welcoming us in. We were invited to Boardman Park for their tree lighting ceremony on December 4th from 4 to 6, so everyone is welcome to join us. It'll be our first time there, so we're excited to be a part of that event. Let me think. Obviously, we said Happy Thanksgiving because everybody's going to get a well-deserved break, even you guys. And lastly, I said, it's the big game on Saturday, so go Buckeyes.
Thank you for joining us today, Ms. Davis. Congratulations to the girls and boys golf teams for a fabulous season. Kudos to senior Jacinta Pacunis, state qualifying girls golf for 4 years. Congratulations also to cross-country senior Chris Butler, a state qualifier. A reminder that our December Board of Education meeting will be held at Center Intermediate on Monday, December 12th at 7 p.m. This is Matthew Walton for BSTN. Let's keep striving for excellence.
I got up this morning, put on my shoes.